It's so lovely to see, so lovely to see everybody's faces popping in. As a teacher that teaches online a lot, it's nice to actually see people with cameras on, right? Anybody that teaches online. Yay. Beautiful. We are going to, wow, we have some amazing people here with us tonight. Look at everybody just plugging in from all over the country. And we are going to start on times because we have so much to do. We are going to invite you to, if you can, change. It's not as important in this first part, which is our awards presentation, but when we get to the AGM, to actually put your name and state or territory and if whatever else you want to put in your name so that we can identify you. Thank you, Andrew. I'm going to start by acknowledging country and the traditional owners of country throughout Australia, whose land was never ceded. Paying our respects to elders past, present, and emerging, and to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures across this continent who have cared for and exemplified connection to country over countless generations. I'm here in Gumbaynggirr country on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. And I know that we have people here from all over Australia and also indeed other countries. We would love to hear what country you're on, acknowledging with gratitude the sharing and knowledge that we learn every day in our organization from Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and acknowledging them as the original environmental educators. So thank you. It's lovely to see everybody's countries coming in onto the chat. I also want to take a moment to start our meeting with an acknowledgement of the context that we are meeting in. We've begun to do this in national meetings to remind ourselves about the work that we're doing. So at a time when the human species is having an unprecedented impact on this planet, we do this to remind ourselves that the discussions we have here, the decisions we make, and any actions we take will have consequences for other people and other species, both those living now and into future generations. And thinking about future generations is very connected to Indigenous ways of thinking. So that is all connected together. We still have people rocking in. So we are going to get started with our presentation of national awards. Last year, we started with the AGM and then asked everybody to hang around for the awards. And then we didn't have enough time to really celebrate the awards. So we decided we're going to start with the celebrations this year and hope that people will hang around for the exciting stuff at the AGM, because it really is exciting to hear about how much we've accomplished this year and, our triumphs and all sorts of fun things. So yeah, we hope you can stay. The presentation will take up this first hour. We'll have a short break and then we'll have the AGM, all very organized. Pop questions into the chat at any time or put your hand up. We're very collective. This isn't very hierarchical, so just if you don't understand something that's going on, raise your hand, pop a chat in, whatever. Robin Bickel is here. She is our amazing national admin officer. And we also have Andrew Snedden, our amazing projects officer, who are helping support us tonight. And so huge thanks to both of you. Here we go. We are going to start with our presentations of our national awards. And I just wanted to just give a quick update, because most of you who've been around for a while know that for the last however long that we can remember, we've had one national award, the National Environmental Educator of the Year. And this national exec that most of us have been together for the last 2 years, last year when we were doing that, we're like, oh, it just doesn't feel quite enough because there are so many amazing things happening. How can we expand this a little bit? because it's amazing to acknowledge that one person, but how can we expand that to acknowledge more people? So we've tried something new this year, and it was very well received. So thank you to all of you who have put in nominations. We got actually, I was so pleased for the first time that we've tried this to get such a great contribution from across the country. And it was quite challenging. So our national exec, some of our national exec members acted as judges. There were very criteria. Everybody was awarded points against a criteria, and we did come up with winners, even though it was very hard. So we're going to go one by one for our 4 new national awards, and different people from our national exec will present these awards for our A²E² National Environmental Education Awards for 2025. So we are going to start with the project event of the year. So this is a brand new category, and we have Beck. Are you here?
Me, yes, thank you. So thanks, Lisa. I am delighted to present this award to the Tasmanian Youth Climate Leaders Program. So this initiative has been running for 7 years, empowering young people to take meaningful climate action in their schools and communities. It's coordinated by Sustainable Living Tasmania and connects students with mentors, local experts, and environmental organisations. Through workshops, forums, hands-on presentations, these students learn leadership skills, deepen their understanding of climate science, and turn ideas into practical initiatives. What really stood out for the judges, including myself, is the strength and breadth of this program. Over 400 students, supported by 40 mentors, have worked on real-world challenges, creating partnerships between schools, councils, and community groups. Projects like Taroona High's Community Climate Action Plan and Pocket Forest Initiative show how well this program bridges education and action in an inclusive way. So please join me in congratulating the Tasmanian Youth Climate Leaders Program. And I believe we have Nell to accept the award and maybe say a few words.
Thank you. Is Nell here yet?
It's Marie Backer.
Oh, Marie, great.
Hello. I am filling in for Nell. She had a meeting at her nursery until
I'm here.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. You speak now.
I was on mute. I'm just
Yep.
just on my phone. So thanks very much, Marie, for standing in.
Yeah.
We're delighted with this award. It's been it's been going for 7 years, and we have involved over 400 students each year, not just over the course of the time, but it's been really important because we've worked with over 50 mentors, including Marie, who just spoke. She's been a really important mentor for the program, engaging students in really positive action in their schools, and that goes from energy to waste to biodiversity, all the way. And so mentors support students in their schools. They're all volunteers, and it's a really important project. And this award, we're really delighted with this award because it will really help us to get some ongoing funding through the government. It's been funded through a climate change action grant over the last 2 years, and we're hoping to get some more ongoing funding over the next 2 years. So we're working on that at the moment. So thank you very much for this award. We're really thrilled about it, and we look forward to updating you on the progress of this project as it goes on and continues. So it's very locally based and really encouraging students to engage in their local communities in really positive action. So we've, over the first 5 years, we actually ran conferences in each of the 3 areas, Burnie, Launceston and Hobart. But over the last year, we've just been running events at schools, based in schools. So we have a coordinator, Penny Finlay, who I think is on this Zoom call. So she's been working closely with teachers and with homeschoolers and the mentors to actually coordinate these programs in schools, because the conferences got very tricky in terms of getting all the logistics in schools in terms of getting kids out. So we've we've gone to basing our activities in the schools themselves. So thank you very much. We're very delighted with this award, and yes, we thank A Squared, E Squared for the time, and all the judges for taking that time out to organise it. Thank you.
That's so wonderful, Nell, and thanks, Mari, as well, and congratulations.
I've just
And
noticed somebody put on the chat, is there a link? And I believe now the Sustainable Living Tas website will be updated with information about this.
That's right. Yep.
So if you Google Sustainable Living Tasmania, there'll be
Yes.
something about it. Yeah.
Yes. And
Well
we're
done,
updating
Nell.
that website soon with a whole lot of activities and posters and things to for guidance for teachers and for community people. So, yep.
that's wonderful. And we also hope to, as you all know, we have our new blog, the EE Stories, and we really hope to feature all of our award winners in the upcoming months. And actually, a lot of our nominees, because there's so much amazing work happening. So thank you so much for that, Beck. Thanks for that presentation. So our second award that we have this evening is the JEDI Environmental Educator of the Year 2025. JEDI stands for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. And this award we felt really important to add to our awards, acknowledging people that working with First Nations people, with young people, with people of diverse backgrounds. Sonia, would you like to present this?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for letting me present this award. And Sandra and I were the judges on this, and it was incredible to read what these two wonderful people have been up to. This year, we are presenting the award jointly to Eve Mays and Monty Nixon. So huge congratulations to the pair of you. I'm just going to read a little bit about Eve Mays first, and then a little bit about Monty. Eve is not able to join us here today, so she sent a few words for us to read on her behalf, and then I'll invite Monty. I'm hoping Monty's on the call. I can't see him here, but hopefully he might be able to say a few words at the end, if that's all right. Okay, so a little bit about Eve. Dr. Eve Mays has been a transformative advocate for climate justice and education, leading pioneering research and community engagement that amplifies young people's voices and advances equity, diversity, and inclusion. She would like to acknowledge and thank the Striking Voices project team for all they have taught her about climate justice. Natasha Abayadrama, Sophie Chu, Neta Mayava, Dani Villafana, as well as all the other young people, mentors and teachers who have generously shared their insights and stories with us over the last 4 years. She says it's been an honour to grapple with how climate justice involves addressing the structural and historical causes of current entwined socio-ecological injustices, preserving, revitalising and learning from the deep histories, traditional knowledges and cultural practices of First Peoples who have cared for country since time immemorial, and critically interrogating what is obstructing meaningful climate action and crafting energy solutions that do not leave anyone behind and that create communities where all can thrive. So I'll get everyone to do a round of applause for Eve before I launch into, to Monty. Big round of applause. So well done to Eve. All right. So I'll tell you a little bit about Monty. Monty Nixon is recognised for his outstanding leadership in justice, equity, diversity and inclusion through his pioneering work on the country's teacher approach. His impact spans local and national levels, embedding Indigenous ways of knowing, being and doing in education. He's worked with pre-service teachers, delivered professional learning and facilitated collaborative research that strengthens connections with country, and he's influenced thinking through conference presentations, learning circles and advocacy for Indigenous knowledge systems in curriculum and teacher education. He's done an extraordinary amount of work, and therefore the both of them together are very worthy joint winners of the JEDI Environmental Education of the Year 2025 award. Big round of applause for Monty, and I'm going to invite Monty now to say a few words if he's here. I'm hoping.
Hi, Brian. Have you got me there?
Yep.
Excellent. I just want to say a really big thank you to A Squared E Squared. It's quite humbling to receive this award and, have these efforts recognised by such an amazing community. I also need to say a big thank you to the team, my cultural mentors, Uncle Spilly, Uncle Benny, who have been pretty instrumental in guiding me on this journey. And I don't know if I've done that much pioneering. I've done a lot of following, and feel really privileged to have had the opportunity to learn from these fellas and be given the opportunity to share knowledge. And there's a much bigger team around me that I think it's important to recognise in this relational space and a lot of the work that we're doing together. So yeah, a big thank you to everyone. I feel really honoured by this award. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Country as Teacher, we've got a new website put together for continuing to work with educators across the ACT, but also, seeing where that interest goes. But big thanks to everyone. Cheers.
Thanks so much, Monty, and well done to the both of you. I'll pass back over to Lisa.
Thanks, Sonia. That was beautiful. Thanks, Monty. Thanks, Eve. Just so wonderful that this work is so key to how we as an organization want to continue working. So I'm just getting all kind of like, I'm even a little teary here because it's just so beautiful to see what's happening out there in these times. Our next award is the Volunteer Environmental Educator of the Year. And as we know, our organization is 45 years old and built on the backs of countless volunteers for 4.5 decades. And so it's really important when, to remind ourselves that our volunteers are doing that task of just getting out there on their free time and just, doing the hard yards. And I was privileged to be part of this judging. So I am going to congratulate Bruce Baker from South Australia. Congratulations, Bruce. And I'm going to read you his bio. So for 50 years, that is a long time, Bruce has been actively involved in lifelong learning about the environment and sharing knowledge and passion with school students, tertiary students, professional learning and community groups at local, state, national, and even international level. He's actively participated in numerous on-ground actions through citizen science, biological surveys and data collection, revegetation, bush care and cleanups, as well as creating an award-winning biodiversity garden at his home using local indigenous species. Bruce has shared his passion and knowledge through professional and community engagement via nursery work, various associations, including the South Australian chapter, a lot of service there, volunteer ranger, presentations at conferences, community information stalls, social media, and general conservation advocacy. That is a very long list, Bruce. We thank you so much. Would you like to share a few words with us?
Thank you very much. Nina Mani, greetings everyone from Ghana country, and particularly from Tantanya in Adelaide. Firstly, I'd like to thank the association. I'm grateful and humbled to accept this award. I'd like to thank my wife, Sharon, for many years of supporting me and putting up with all of my meetings, events, and countless hours I've spent in preparing materials. I'd also like to thank my family and friends, in particular my sister, Julie, for more than 50 years of encouragement and support for my environmental work. I thank my friends and colleagues of the A Squared E Squared South Australia chapter for their support, friendship, and encouragement over many years. May we continue to work together to get the messages out there. Sharing my knowledge and passion for the environment while working alongside and educating others brings me great joy and satisfaction, hoping that in some small way I'll be able to make a difference. I'd like to acknowledge and thank all of the great environmental educators for their wonderful work enriching people's lives through opening their eyes, minds, and hearts to the wonders of our amazing environment. Your work is pivotal in conserving the natural environment and ensuring a sustainable future for our Earth and its people. Please continue to make a difference. What a wonderful world. Thank you.
Beautiful words, Bruce. Thank you so much. That was very heartwarming and lovely. Everybody's giving you a lot of clapping and hearts there. Thanks, Bruce. Wonderful. Well done, South Australia chapter. Onwards and upwards. And our fourth award is the Professional Environmental Educator of the Year. And we have Simone Blum, who's going to share the award winners there. Are you there, Simone? Yes?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. And thank you, Lisa. And thanks all. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge all of the nominations. This was a really competitive award, and getting to read all of the nominations, I got goosebumps. I was completely inspired and in awe of all the amazing work that's happening by our professional environmental educators. It was very hard to judge in that way because all of the nominees were just doing such pivotal and leading work in their field. Some were externally facing, but the work was all equally amazing, and just so many wins for the planet through their contributions to environmental education. So on that note, I am going to share, the nominations were also very beautifully and very well written, so I did want to share some of them for our joint winners. Do you want to put them up on the screen first, Lisa, or would you like me to read them out? There we are. So we have joint winners, Kate McQuillan and Abby Mitchell, and the crowd can go wild. I'm going to read a little bit about Kate's, a bit from Kate's nomination first, and then I'll read a little bit from Abby's as well. So Kate McQuillan has redefined environmental education in Australia by transforming how families, educators, and communities connect with sustainability. Through her company, Me Productions, Kate co-created Dirt Girl World and Get Grubby TV, multi-award-winning programs that bring environmental learning to millions of children and families through story, song, and play. Kate's leadership extends far beyond the screen. Kate founded the Get Grubby program, a nationally adopted digital education initiative used by more than 3,000 schools and early learning centres across 40 local government areas. Whether co-developing FOGO education with councils, working alongside First Nations storytellers, or inviting families to compost, plant and create together, Kate's work always begins with connection to each other and to country. Her philosophy, We Are Nature, infuses everything she does, reminding participants that environmental education isn't separate from living well. It is how we live in right relationship with the earth. Kate strengthens the field by building accessible, creative and scalable frameworks that make environmental education joyful, local and lasting. She mentors educators, collaborates with councils nationwide and champions regenerative pedagogy, ensuring environmental literacy becomes part of Australia's cultural DNA. Her work continues to inspire the next generation of actionists who don't just learn about sustainability, they live it. I know Kate, I have seen Kate here. I'm not sure if she does want to say a few words or not. Would you like to say something, Kate? Oh, no sound. See, it's on mute again.
Okay, now. There we are. I think I've got my earbuds in. Hey, thank you. Well, it's incredibly humbling because I do know how many incredible people are working in this space of environmental education. And it's awe-inspiring, really, isn't it? That there are so many of us and what a collaborative community we are. Of course, I want to pay great respect to my team because it doesn't happen, leadership doesn't happen without a team, by the way. But more importantly, the team that works with us every day, my incredible partner, Huey Eustace, the Dirt Girl Scrap Boy, Costa the Garden Gnome, Just Dean, Jenny Laylaw, and they're all people who work with all of their heart engaged. And I thought what I might do is, I mean, you've done such a beautiful description, overwhelmingly beautiful description of our work. I just thought, I've been working on a little piece that I've been writing for LinkedIn, because you know how I love putting stuff on LinkedIn. Anyway, I thought I might just read it. It's not very long. And I thought maybe it's something that all of us need to hear right at the moment. So in 2026, I've decided I'm going to care less about being called alternative and less about being dismissed as woke and less about being labeled as a hippie simply because nature matters to me. I'm going to care less about the noise and more about what's true. And here's the truth. We are on the right side of history. Environmental education has changed over the years. It's less about pointing out to people what to do and more about rekindling our belonging and a heart, head and hands approach, helping children, families and communities, understanding that they are nature, living inside nature, and that caring isn't political, it's human and it's necessary. Country doesn't need our care. Sorry, country needs our care, but doesn't need our despair or our defeat or our despondency or our shame or our exhaustion. It needs our allyship, nurture, strength, determination, collaboration, and stewardship. So if that means caring less to care more, I'm in. And I'm going to ask our team to do the same, to care less so that we can care more about what matters and to care more for each other. And that's what I'm asking for all of us too. All of us who care, we need to care for ourselves as well during these times. All of my team are incredible carers and they're nurturers, and I thank them for their grit and their courage and their kindness and their compassion. And to Abby, who is also sharing this award, my huge congratulations to her. I'm so proud to share this moment. In fact, it's so lovely to have a collaborative prize when we're talking so much about collaboration. And to every educator in this room, here's my wish that we be bold and we be unapologetic and we lead with our heart, stand in the love that we have for all the children of all species, for all time. This work matters. Care matters. Thank you so much for this award. It means the world to me.
Thank you so much, Kate. I'm tearing up here, so I'll try and hold it together so I can present Abby's award. Very beautifully shared, and thank you for sharing those beautiful, beautiful words. I'll be looking them up on LinkedIn. Now I will share some words, Abby. Just amazing, all of the nominees again. And Abby, I'll read yours now. Thank you. Abby Mitchell has made a profound and multi-layered contribution to environmental education across New South Wales and nationally, strengthening the field through curriculum innovation, resource development, and sector-wide collaboration. Abby's business, Kids Connecting Nature, has reached over 40,000 participants in schools and community groups, delivering hands-on workshops that foster ecological literacy and stewardship. Abby's leadership in developing Rewild Your School for the Jane Goodall Institute of Australia has set a new benchmark for curriculum-aligned biodiversity education. With support from the New South Wales Department of Education, the program is being scaled for rollout across New South Wales schools. Nationally, Abby's authored resources, including Living Landscapes and Planet for Life, have reached over 3,800 schools and homeschool networks. These titles, paired with the curriculum-linked lesson plans, empower teachers to deliver complex sustainability concepts with confidence. Her award-nominated book, A Hollow in the Home, from CSIRO Publishing, has become a staple in environmental education circles, now included in the Jane Goodall Institute's resource box for schools. Abby's leadership has inspired hundreds of educators to adopt biodiversity-focused teaching. Her programs and resources are designed to be shared, adapted, and scaled, reflecting a generous, collaborative spirit that strengthens the entire field. Abby, huge congratulations on winning this award. We would love to hear from you if you've got a moment.
I'm a little bit overwhelmed by that. Thank you so much to Sue Martin for writing those wonderful words about me. I'm quite humbled by that. Thank you. And receiving this award. And I'd like to congratulate Kate and all the other award winners tonight. We need us all. You know, we're We're so important in getting the environmental message out there and leading by example, and we are doing an amazing job, and we need to keep doing that. We need to keep collaborating. We need to keep showing people and nurturing people so that they can look after the planet, because it is so important, as Kate said with her wonderful words that she's putting on LinkedIn. I look forward to having another look at that tomorrow. But thank you, thank you, AAEE, for this award. I'm really chuffed, and I realise I'm not alone in the work that I do. And I look forward to handing the baton on to the 2026 recipient next year. So thank you. May the bees be with you, as I say to the kids.
Beautiful. Thanks, Simone, for those presentations. Another big round of applause for all of our award winners. Very wonderful to hear. And as everybody has said, we're not alone. The collective energy is strong. And we're also not alone because we do have a friend here who couldn't be with us tonight, but wanted to send a message. So I'm going to, hopefully you can hear this.
Fellow environmental educators across the year. And unfortunately, I'm here in Canberra and I'm not there online with you because my event here at Parliament House, of all places, with the ABC Showcase is right on 6 o'clock. So I can't really sort of be on my phone listening in and cheering on while all of that is going on. So I wanted to get in early and just say a massive congratulations to each and every one of you for the work that you do individually within your communities, but then where that work that you do ties in with our collective work as Australian environmental educators. It takes all different shapes and sizes, and each and every little detail matters because it is the sum of these parts that makes us what we are. And every year that we have these awards, it recognises the work that's being done, not just over 1 year or 2 years, but over 5, 10, 15 and 20 years. But in some cases, it might only be 20 months. And that's as valuable as any because we all have this amazing opportunity to amplify the story, the love story with the environment, the love story with nature, that we are nature and everything we do is driving that narrative. And whether it's as the, what have we got? We've got 4 awards. There's the volunteer environmental educator, and there's so many volunteer environmental educators that probably don't even call themselves environmental educators. So just recognising that alone, that there's people out there. And if you see and hear of those people, let them know. Really, tell them what they mean to us and what we're doing as the collective. There's the professional educators. Of course, you're out there eking a living, making this economic, making it financial. And that's not easy in a place where a lot of these things are seen to be, well, you know, that's just, well, we just do that because it's the right thing to do. So to the professional educators, for the work that you're doing, there's a division. I've got to go. No, I'm not leaving. To the professional educators, for the work that you do in the profession and in the professional space, in the corporate space, in the government space, in the business space. Your work is incredibly important because it raises the bar for all of us. Then there's the Jedi. The Jedi. Justice, equity, inclusion, diversity. I knew I'd get it. That says it all. It covers off on all of those things that we do within our projects. And of course, to the project or event of the year. Things ebb and flow. Projects and events grow. They nurture. They need nurture. Some pass like you know, legumes that fix all that nitrogen and break up the ground, and then they move on to allow the next level of the story to be told. So to the project and event people, educators that are out there doing this, giving those little morsels, thank you for what you do. I absolutely treasure the chance to work alongside you. And tonight is a special night to make that recognition of some projects, some people, but it's all of us. We're not where we are without this collective momentum. So massive congratulations to the winners. Amplify these awards. Let people know that you've won these awards. Share this information so that we build our force moving forward. Lots of love from here in Canberra, and again, well done, everyone.
Oh dear. Now, how can I get out of that? We love Costa. I can't figure out how to get it out. Okay, there we go. So thank you, Costa, for that. And again, thanks, well done to all the award winners. And just reminding you all that those 6 actually, because of our double award winners, will have won a free year's membership to A Squared E Squared, which is a great prize. And we will also be sending a few other treats along the way and let you know about that. So well done, everybody. And we have a few more awards before our break, and they are different, but they are just as exciting. So I would like to ask Peter White, who's our editor of our Australian Journal of Environmental Education, and which is a very important part of A Squared E Squared, is our research arm, and does amazing work figuring out what is best practice environmental education and sharing that with all of us. Peter, are you able to, there you are, and hop on and present some AJEE awards?
Thanks very much, Lisa, and thanks for making time for AJEE tonight. It's so important that we acknowledge the incredible community that we're building around a journal. Sometimes we think of an academic journal as being just a thing that we do in academia, but in fact, I think AJEE is a journal with great heart. And we really enjoy that we're connecting and presenting and producing work that matters for all practitioners. So we are an open access journal. I hope that you look at us online, download the incredible manuscripts that have been hard and eagerly written for you to use in your practice. Thanks, Lisa. If you could pop up the awards, that would be great. We have decided to offer 3 awards this year. First is to Bronwyn Sutton, who's receiving the Reviewer Excellence and Appreciation Award. I think Bronwyn's here tonight, and I just want to give a great shout out to Bronwyn, who is an early career researcher, but when she reviews manuscripts, she does it with heart and with enthusiasm, generosity, and theoretical kindness, I think. Bronwyn, in great appreciation for you, thank you very much for being part of our community, and we look forward to working with you into the future. Reviewers are sometimes a thankless job being one of our reviewers, but they're so important to making sure that our community understands and values the quality manuscripts that we publish in AJEE. So Bronwyn, if you're here, would you like to say a quick word?
Sure. I'm happy to say something just really quickly. I'm really grateful actually to be here. Grateful, thanks for an award for something that normally, I just do because I actually enjoy doing it. I feel like reviewing helps me with my own thinking and writing as well. It also means that I get to see what people are thinking about. So it's great, and it's great to be part of that community as well, and knowing that then when you are, and I would encourage people to to submit to AJEE as well. Practitioner stuff is really important as much as research related academic kind of work. And I think that as someone who writes as well, having someone who's kind, you always want to receive a kind review, even if it's critical and it's telling you things that you need to improve on. So that's kind of the space that I come from. So thanks, and thanks A Squared E Squared for always amazing events. Congratulations to everyone who's got awards. Thanks.
Thanks very much, Bron. Excellent to have you here tonight. Our next award is also very exciting, and I know that our authors are here with us, which is incredible because they are not from Australia, showcasing how international our important journal is. This is the Author Excellence Award, and it's awarded this year to Charlotte Hankin and Hannah Hogarth, two, again, early career researchers, but doing a fantastic job to really push the bounds of what it means to communicate and to think carefully about the place of research in our field and in our learning. So, Charlotte and Hannah, we'd love to hear a couple of words from you, please.
Well, thank you so much for this acknowledgement. It's so exciting and really humbling. I really love the journal. It is always full of interesting, innovative articles, just becoming increasingly more creative as time goes on. So I feel so humbled by this because I think we're only as good as the company we keep. And there are so many amazing contributions in the journal, and yeah, so happy to be acknowledged. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Charlotte. That's excellent. Hannah, are you here?
I know she is.
Maybe not able to chat.
Well, she may have. I think I can speak for Hannah to say thank you very much as well. She's delighted to receive this acknowledgement. So we do write together a lot. So it's a full teamwork effort from the both of us. So thank you.
Thanks, Charlotte. I should have made that clear that this is a joint award because Charlotte and Hannah co-author, which is a really wonderful experience, it seems, from a reader's perspective of your work, but also a really generous space to hold and contributes beautifully to our community. So please pass on our thanks to Hannah, and we look forward to reading a lot more from you. Our third award is the Manuscript Excellence Award, and this award is based on citations from a particular period in 2025. And I'm really pleased this year to announce that the recipients are a co-authored team again, Maria Bright and Chris Eames. Chris, I see you here tonight. Is Ria with us tonight?
Thanks, Peter. No, unfortunately, she sent her apologies, so she wasn't able to join us this evening. So on her behalf, and she was the prime instigator of this particular article. It came from her PhD work, so another early career researcher. She's just overwhelmed, in fact, by the fact that it's been cited so many times. So thanks, everybody, for citing it. It's very much appreciated. And again, our congratulations to all the award winners, and thanks so much to AJEE and particularly to Cambridge University Press for their support for the journal and for having us here tonight at the AGM for A Squared E Squared. So fabulous. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Excellent to have you here from New Zealand. I know it's getting late over there, so definitely appreciate you. Ria and Chris are both from New Zealand. So again, just showcasing how international our journal is. The manuscript that received those 21 citations was called From Apathy Through Anxiety to Action, Emotions as Motivators for Youth Climate Strike Leaders. And it was published in one of our special issues in AJEE. And I'm really pleased to say that Cambridge University Press, our publishers, have been very generous in providing each of our award winners $200 AUD, Australian, worth of Cambridge University Press books. So award winners, please do choose your books, and you have a process in your email to make sure that you enjoy them. I think that's it from AJE. Thanks very much to everybody. Please enjoy our journal. We'd love to hear from you. We would love to organise ways for you to also contribute to our journal. We are, of course, an academic journal, so we're happy to find ways to involve all of our practitioners if possible. Look out for our special issues. They are really quite incredible and field setting. And also I encourage you to read our report. If you've got a spare few minutes, it shares all of the details about our journal and its great successes over the last few years. Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks for that presentation. And yeah, the work is amazing. So yeah, highly recommend. And we did have a learning circle this it was at the end of last year that's recorded and available about how to, for practitioners, how to incorporate research. And I think we'll continue along those lines of how those two things go together, because it's really important. Our final award for the night is for our fellowship. Now the A squared E squared fellowship is not awarded lightly. It's only awarded every couple of years, usually in conjunction with our biennial conference. Now, this year we had our biennial conference online in August, which was fantastic, and I know many of you were there. And so we decided, instead of doing the fellowship then, that we would do it at our AGM. And you can see here that the Fellowship of A squared E squared recognizes a member who has made an outstanding contribution to environmental education at a national level over their career. These are people that have, that are the groundbreakers, the long-term practitioners who have influenced environmental education in Australia and the world over decades. How do you, and I've included the past award winners so you can see that it's a pretty impressive list. For this year, we received a nomination, and then our national executive unanimously approved it, but it was a bit hard because it was a bit sneaky because it was a member of our national executive, and this is Associate Professor Peter White. So we had to be so super sneaky behind her back, and everybody just got on the emails and went, absolutely, of course. And this nomination came in from Professor Amy Cutter Mackenzie Knowles, who is also a fellow, and then was approved unanimously by the national exec. And so we're so pleased, Peter, to be able to present this award to you. I could not think of anybody more deserving this year. I was trying to figure out what to say about Peter, and I've of course printed out all these things from the internet, and I do want to read a little bit of the bio so people that don't know Peter can understand Peter's broad work over many decades. So I'll just read a little bit, but then I'm also just going to add a little bit. So Peter J. White is an associate professor in science and environmental education at Deakin University. She is a co-director of the Center for Regenerating Futures, which is an important partner for A squared E squared, which is a transdisciplinary collective attending to Anthropocene challenges and decolonizing practices while also building researcher capacity. Peter took on the editor-in-chief position of the Australian Journal of Environmental Education nearly 5 years ago, I think, and has taken it to new heights. In fact, it's achieved a Q1 on the Web of Science, which is an incredible achievement for an academic journal. She has led the OECD PISA 2025 Science Framework Environmental Science Contribution Agency in the Anthropocene. So Peter is invited as keynote speakers to international conferences. I mean, she's always on the go, somewhere in the world giving a keynote, mostly these days about climate change education, research, and advocacy, which, as you can all agree, is incredibly important right now. Peter's research leadership has 3 narratives: science and biology education, sustainability, environmental and climate change education, and collaborative activist embodied methodologies. Walking, being together. Peter is a collective researcher. And, she started off as a classroom educator. She's always been part of professional organizations. If she's not planning a conference for us, she's planning a conference for the Science Teacher Association and the this and the that. And I literally cannot keep up with you, Peter. And she's been a member of A squared E squared for nearly 30 years or over 30 years, and is a life member. Has served on the national exec a number of times, most recently being the last 2 years as our secretary. And I do not know how we could have reorganized ourselves without your incredible abilities and your dedication. just on a personal level, Peter's dedication and passion for environmental education through all means is extraordinary. And Peter works with heart, and Peter works with other people, and is always interested in bringing up people and creating opportunities for young activists and researchers and educators. And so I just feel like we're so happy to add you to that list, Peter. I didn't ask you if you wanted to say a few words, but would you like to say a few words? It would be amazing if you did, to put you on the spot. We're just, yeah, we're really happy to have you in this organization, Peter. Well deserved.
Thanks, Lisa, and thanks everybody. What a treat. Surprised, really appreciative, and of course humbled. Love working with this community. Love the work that we do. Echoing the award winners tonight, Kate, you especially so articulately spoke about how important it is, the work that we do. I met the A squared E squared community in 1996 at my first education conference, and it changed my life. Yeah, I guess I'm stoked that my mum and dad are here tonight. So shout out to you both. And I think I might leave it there because, you've heard lots about me, and I love the work that I do. And I look forward to working with each of you into the future. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, and shout out to Peter's mom for doing like a lot of I don't know, are you on camera, Peter's parents? Because it would be lovely to see you because Peter, she's so collected that she gets her mom involved in putting together calendars and all sorts of things for us.
Mum doesn't have a camera, unfortunately.
Well, we're very proud of your daughter. She's amazing. And we have some beautiful contributes in the chat there. So thank you, Peter. Wonderful. And thanks, everybody. We are actually just on time for our little break. And again, we're so appreciative of everybody coming to share the joy and the celebration. We will then have a stretch break for really just 3 or 4 minutes and get a cuppa or whatever. And if you are able to continue with us, we are going to be looking at our annual general report, tabling that, our financial report, which is great, and then our elections, and then a few constitutional amendments, which will go by very quickly, I think. And then finish, the night off, maybe even early. Like, I don't think it'll all take all that long. So thanks, everybody. Big claps again to all the award winners. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Dirt Girl, for being here with your beautiful smile the whole way. We love that. I feel like I want to put something on top of my head. That's very cute. And we will see you in just a few minutes. Yeah, just go get a cuppa or a champagne or whatever you want. We'll see you in, yeah, like literally three or 4 minutes. Thanks, everybody. Hi, everybody. If everybody is back, I'll give you a minute to come back in with us. And Gabby is asking in the chat if Amy is with us. So Amy Matheson is our communications officer, and she is on leave this week. But she will definitely be doing some media for our winners. Definitely, Gabby. So thank you for that. And yeah, we'll be sharing the news far and wide. Thanks, Gabby. You wanted to ask a question?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to hit the ground running. Do you want me to wait for Amy to do that, or should we put something out tonight?
Oh,
From the
about
ACT
Monty in
side of things.
the ACT. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go for it, definitely. So she'll do it at a national level, and she's super happy to help anybody in the States. But if you have whatever you want to do in your own state, you're definitely very welcome. And then just CC us in so we know what you've done.
Do you want me to CC you before I send it tonight?
Just CC us in so we know what's happening, but we don't need to approve it. If it's you sending it out to your state, that's great. That's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have
okay.
that total autonomy, and congratulations. Gabby's our new president of the ACT chapter. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you very
great.
much.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Peter, I don't know, do we need to have the AGM recorded as well?
I figured maybe it would be fine to have
Okay, and then we can split it in half, or maybe if you want to stop the recording and then it'll be easier then to have two different recordings. We